If you've ever played a game like Minecraft or seen art made of little cubes, you know the unique, blocky charm of voxel art. It's a whole vibe. But what if you could take any complex 3D model and automatically, perfectly, turn it into that style? Well, today we're going to dive into the AI that's finally cracking that very code.
I mean, just look at this character. It's clean, it's totally recognizable, and it has personality. This is the goal, right? But for years, getting an AI to do this automatically has been surprisingly tough, often ending in a blurry, kind of unrecognizable mess. So what changed? What's the secret? So in this explainer, we'll quickly touch on the charm of this art style. Then we'll get into the big challenges of automating it. After that, we'll introduce the new AI framework called Voxify3D, unpack its secret sauce, and finally, we'll look at the pretty incredible results.
First things first, let's quickly talk about why we even care about this. What is it about this blocky style that's so appealing in the first place?
Well, as the researchers behind this paper put it, voxel art is literally everywhere in games and media. It's a style we all know and love. But here's the fundamental tension. It's super popular, but making it automatically from existing 3D models has been a massive headache for artists and developers.
And that leads us right to the core of the problem. Why is it so incredibly difficult to teach a computer how to think in blocks?
You see, on one hand, you have the dream, a sharp, stylized character that keeps the soul of the original design. But the reality with older methods? It was often a disaster. We're talking blurry colors, distorted shapes, and a final result that just felt wrong. It just lost the vibe.
This whole challenge really boils down into three major hurdles. First, there's the alignment problem, where the 3D model just doesn't line up right with the 2D guides. Second, what I'm calling the losing the vibe problem, where all the important details, like a character's face, get completely lost. And third, the color problem, where you just end up with a muddy mess instead of clean, distinct colors.
So, to get over these three huge hurdles, a completely new approach was needed. And that's where Voxify3D comes in. It's a framework designed from the ground up to solve these exact problems. In a nutshell, Voxify3D is an AI system that isn't based on just one new trick. It's the combination of three specific clever innovations. And it's how they work together that produces these incredible results.
So how does it actually do it? Let's pop the hood and get into the secret sauce to see how Voxify3D tackles those three big hurdles we just talked about. Okay, to solve the alignment problem, Voxify3D uses something called orthographic views. Think of it like this. A normal camera has perspective, right? Things get distorted. But an orthographic view is like a perfect, flat blueprint. By using 6 of these blueprints, front, back, top, bottom, and sides, the AI that's a perfectly aligned guide for placing every single voxel. No more distortion. Problem 1 solved.
Next up, how do you solve the losing the vibe problem? It uses a really clever technique called patch-based clip. You can basically think of it as an AI art critic. But this critic doesn't just look at the whole picture. Nope. It looks at small patches, like the eyes or a logo on a shirt, and makes absolutely sure those crucial details are preserved, even when everything gets blocky. It keeps the model's soul intact.
And finally, the color problem. For this, it uses a technique called Gumbel-Softmax. The easiest way to think about this is as a smart color picker. Instead of letting all the colors bleed together into a muddy brown, this forces the AI to make a crisp, decisive choice from a limited set of colors, just like a real pixel artist would. The result is clean, intentional color blocking. And this picture illustrates the difference perfectly. On one side, you have the crisp, clean result. On the other, well, that's what happens without that smart color picker. You see how the colors are all blurry and indistinct? This technique isn't just some nice to have, it's absolutely essential for that sharp voxel art aesthetic.
So the theory sounds great, right? But does it actually work better than everything else out there? Let's move on to the results and see how this thing really stacks up.
The numbers definitely back it up. Using an AI to judge the quality and accuracy of the results, Voxify3D comes out on top. It scores a 37.12, beating out the super popular 3D software Blender and other previous methods. According to the AI judge, its outputs are just better.
But honestly, this is the number that really matters. In a user study with actual people, nearly 78% of them preferred the results from Voxify3D, and they specifically called out its better detail and artistic appeal. So it's not just an AI preference, it's a human one, and by a huge margin.
And you can see why right here. Just look at the transition. From the smooth 3D model on the left to the final voxel art on the right, the character is perfectly preserved. The colors are vibrant. The form is unmistakable. It's just an incredible translation.
Here's another amazing example that really shows how well the system captures personality. The essence of the original unicorn model isn't just copied, it's artistically interpreted into the voxel style, and it keeps all of its original charm. This is that semantic preservation in action.
And this is just plain cool. The output is so geometrically clean and precise that the researchers showed it can be used for real-world stuff, like generating plans for Lego-style models. This isn't just for computer screens, it's a tool that can bridge the digital and the physical worlds.
So, Voxify3D is clearly a major leap forward in automated stylization. And it brings us to a final, really thought-provoking question. As AI moves beyond just generating images to truly understanding and translating artistic styles, what doors does that open for the next generation of digital art, game design, and all-around creativity?